we are in Salina, Kansas, in New Horizons Dental Care, which is the premier office in Salina, with Dr. Ken Guest and Dr. Guy Gross. And we're going to do a quick history of the practice. This is one of the great Crown Council stories and a great practice story. So, Dr. Guest, give us a little history of the practice.
Glad to, Steve. I came to Salina in 1978, and with the help of father-in-law, built a practice across the street from where we're at presently. We grew that practice, and I was really happy. Joined Crown Council as one of the charter members, and Crown Council made a big difference in things. And I was going along into my other practice and ready to retire in 2000, but in 1997 at the third Crown Council, we had a baseball theme, and we were sitting around, and this idea of a new practice came to me, and I thought, either build it or retire. So I decided to build it. And with the help of a mastermind group and the mentors in Crown Council, they really encouraged me, and so I built this practice, which is just across the street from the old one. Built 8 ops, and that practice led to a lot of things. But one of the fun things that we did along the way is my wife had an idea for these signs to put out on the main street. And the first one said, "This cavity is soon to be filled," when we dug the basement hole. And then we had another one that said, "Braces in place when the beams went up for the walls." And then we had another one that said, "The crowning touch," when we were just about finished. And then the last one said, "Opening soon," with a great big open mouth on the sign. So that was a lot of fun. It created a tremendous amount of PR. And so I moved into the building in 2000 instead of retiring.
And as I recall, part of the grand plan was building this office with the next generation in mind.
Well, you know, that sort of came along a little bit later, but it worked real well, yes. And so along the way, you know, Crown Council's had so many touches to my life, I hardly know where to start. But not only me, but the kids. Both my son Scott and my daughter Katie went to Eagle U. One of them went twice, as a matter of fact. It took a while. But they had tremendous experience, and Crown Council or Eagle U was directly responsible for Katie getting into dental school, because she applied her lessons that she learned there in persistence and dedication, and she just really bullied her way into dental school. She made them accept her, and that's quite a story in itself. So the next generation has indeed arrived. Katie became a dentist. She married a fine young fella here. Guy also decided to become a dentist instead of a medical doctor, which he could have done, as he was accepted at several schools. And they both pleased me to no end by not only joining me, but now, hey, they bought me out. So life is good.
There you go. So I'm going to pan around. So we got a picture of the three, because Katie is at home with the 2 kids this afternoon. So that is a good-looking trio there. So Guy, tell us about the next stage of the practice. This is kind of a fun father-in-law, second generation. Your father-in-law helped you build the first practice, and now you've been, I know, one of Guy and Katie's great mentors to take the practice on to the next generation. So Guy, tell us where things have come from and to since coming into the practice.
Well, it's been quite a journey. Kate and I got here in 2002 when we graduated from dental school, and so we've been here a total of 8 years now, almost on our anniversary date even of when we started practicing here. And so in the course of that time, we've been associates, we've been partners, and now we've allowed him to have a lot more freedom, and so the great part about it is that we still have him around as both a mentor and he's here working and doing what he does best, and so it's a pretty good balance, I think, right now.
I think so. For
all of us, and you know, the practice, we've grown it. We've added some associates in the last couple of years. Our team has grown in size to where we added a couple of operatories on, so we have a 10 operatory practice now. We'll be basically going full-time with 4 doctors, and we have usually run about 5 hygienists and pretty pretty hopping place while we're open. It's a busy place around here.
The morning huddle this morning was crowded. It was.
Yeah.
There are a few people in the morning huddle. It's fun.
We have a neat team, and they've been a great group. In fact, they were named in 2008, I believe it was, or for 2008, they were named the Team of the Year by the Crown Council.
Yes, they were.
You know, and I consider it a huge blessing to me in that Ken was already affiliated with the Crown Council, because we were able to go to two annual events while we were in dental school. And every time I went back to dental school, I started already seeing the difference between having that perspective on dentistry versus what a lot of other people were already learning and seeing. And I feel like it's been a huge blessing and a big leg up to us in our careers and just the way that we look at what we do. And so we really love it. Our practices, we don't really refer a whole lot out between all the doctors here. We do everything from orthodontics. We treat lots of kids. We do full range of sedation services, implants, wisdom teeth, you name it. A lot of cosmetic dentistry and complex dentistry. So it's a neat practice. We have a neat group, and right here, you know, Salina is a town of about 50,000 people, and you know, we've been able to establish ourselves as a good place to come in Salina.
Biggest office in town, most prominent, and a great example of how to do it right. Generation after generation.
Even the stairway is significant these days. We've got the Crown Council stairway, by golly. We've got our logo and our eagle and our 7 decisions. Reminds us every day. We have our morning huddles in the basement because the only place we can find that's big enough.
So this is one of the unique things, is right down here on the floor is an alarm clock. And this alarm clock is set for 7 a.m., is that right?
6:54.
6:54. The alarm goes off, and that you can hear it all throughout the office, and that is a reminder to everybody that the morning huddle starts
At 6:55.
at 6:55 in 1 minute, and everybody comes running.
Jody, you're in here.
And this,
Couple more offices.
Libby, you have to say hi. Libby is a
Hi.
celebrity in the Crown Council,
Thank you.
two-time award winner, marketing director of the year, and dental assistant of
That's
the year.
right. My plaques are over here hanging up.
There you
That's
go.
right, there we go.
That's
You
right.
got it well decorated.
That's right.
Libby is a legend.
I am proud.
That is
It's gonna be
it.
our new nickname, I think.
I know.
All right, so Dr. Guest, since you're one of the great mentors in the Crown Council, if you had one or two things that you would tell a young dentist that would help them be more successful in their career, what would be your mentor advice?
Be as good to your staff as you possibly can. That's everything flows from them, and we're so lucky to have the wonderful folks we do. That's number one.
Okay.
And gosh, you put me on the spot.
While he's thinking of that, Guy, you get to tell us the most important thing that you've learned from your mentor here that's helped you the most as a dentist or as a practice owner.
It's 100% about flocking with eagles. That's what it's all about, I think. And you know that what I had said earlier, the opportunities that I've gotten as a result of an association that Ken was already involved with, you know, and I've been able to take that and run at a stage in my career where I have, you know, just many opportunities ahead. And I think to me that's been the key, been the real key. So
Very good.
keep learning every day.
Dr. Guy Gross, Dr. Ken Guest, thanks for being great examples for the rest of the Crown Council. Doing it right in Salina, Kansas.
We're here.